Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Manoj. So let us see that more and more people are joining us, and let us, have more people with us so that we start and talk what we have in store with us today. Hi, Josefa. Hi, Divya. Hi, Abdulaziz. It's very good to see people from across the world, and let us see who all are there. Mm-hmm. So today we have yet another interesting topic with us on editing and proofreading. And I think that's a point where most of us, including me at times, at many point in time, we stuck sometimes and we um, find many glitches to go ahead with. We find ourselves stuck and everything is going sail smooth. Research is done, data analysis is done, data collection obviously data analysis is done, data collection is done, but what um, we lags at many point in time is that editing and proofreading. One of my student a couple of days back approached me for the very same reason that that one of my paper got um, rejected from the journal, and I uh, asked her. The very first question was that what was the comment, is it the grammatical errors and the structuring of the paper? And she said yes, ma'am, because I know her, the content, I know her, the way she writes, the way she the collect the data, but the grammatical side of it, the contextual side of it is something which many students still don't pay attention to. So editing and proofreading is something which is like icing on the cake, and it's very important. You just can't avoid, and you just can't say my data is good, my analysis is good, and I'm good to go ahead with. You just can't say like that. So this is something which needs to be taken care of well, which needs to be understood well, which needs to be paid attention to, which needs to be understood that where I am going wrong, where I am required to pay attention, where I am required to understand the technicalities and all. And today in this session I'll be taking you through all those glitch areas, the technical point where you need to pay attention to. And I think we have a couple of attendees here now, and formally I can take you through all these points. Hi Keshavan, Umam, Shabnam, and let me take you through the journey of this webinar now. I am Dr. Renu Mishra, and I'm welcoming you all from Melbourne, Australia. I'm here acting as a management educationist. I'm working with a couple of universities to be named as RMIT, University of Tasmania, and many other institutes in the capacity of sessional lecturer. And prior teaching in Melbourne, I was there in Dubai for 8 years. and I'm in higher education from past 15 years, and I am working with research graduate as a research expert from past 2.5 years. When you talk about research graduate, so I very fondly call them as a one stop research solution. That's why my association with research graduate is been so long, because I genuinely trust upon their qualities of the services which they provide when it comes to topic selection, when it comes to paper writing, when it comes to review paper writing, be it any kind of services you want to have a look on from their end. You definitely can rely on their credibility. So research graduate is definitely that one door which you can knock upon. And how to do that is the details which are being flashing on your screen. It's the number, and you can browse them on researchgraduate.com, and the email id is right there in front of you. Now, let me just review a brief about today's webinar as well. Now, when I talk about the webinar structure, it is precisely about 90 minutes of the presentation. And when I say 90 minutes of the presentation, I generally, revolves around 90 minutes, or, even more than that also, even 5 or 10 minutes less than that also. It's primarily depends upon the topics to be covered. However, it is to be followed by the number of questions which will be taken care be well. All of your questions will be taken care of. So no questions will be left behind. So no matter it is 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 45 minutes. So don't worry about them. Don't worry about the PPTs. Don't worry about the recordings. Don't worry about the certificates. And don't worry about the um, when it comes to ppts and these certificates, the signed ones. Lastly, which is the most important thing, and that is the video quality. If any one of you is been joining us from the phone, they might can have the glitch, because phone does not give you the good quality all the time. However, the suggestion would be to have increasing the video quality to 720p so that you can have a better experience. That's what I can suggest you. Okay. Now let's jump on to the main content of today. So let's get started. Yes. I would like to start with firstly today that who all amongst us actually faces a problem when it comes to proofread. Now, I have tried to visually discuss what exactly proofread means. Spell check, done. Punctuation, done. Formatting, done. Accuracy, done. Now, before I go on to each and every aspect of it, my question is to all of you, that how many of you actually struggles when it comes to proofread? I will definitely go ahead with my webinar. Before, I would like you all to answer me this question, that yes, proofread is a trouble when we are done with the paper, but no, proofread gives a pain. And meanwhile, parallelly, I'll give you a clarification on proofreading as well. Proofreading, actually, what happened is that, we are done with our content. Okay, data analysis is done. Okay, the contextual thing is done, the technical thing is done, research is done. No matter, I'm not talking about the PhD thing always. Okay, I'm not talking about that. It can be an MBA project also. The technical aspect is done, be it literature review, be it research methodology, be it any kind of it, that is done. The collating is done, all the work is put together. Okay, but proofreading is yet to be done. Now, what all comes in it? Sometimes, in the times of typing, the when you're simply writing the word the, typing the word the, it gets THEE instead of THE. It simply comes THE. I know your laptop tells you that there are simply, or there are a couple of errors in your spellings, but sometimes these errors also do not gets your eye. Then what to do? That comes into the umbrella of proofreading. Okay. Second thing, punctuations, comma, full stop, these marks, where to put the commas, where to put the full stop. Now, what is the importance of full stops or the commas? Sometimes we don't realize, we just put too long sentences. I'll tell you my example. When I was writing my thesis, I was in a habit of writing too long sentences. I still sometimes write a sentence which is too long. I find it very difficult to break the sentences in the short ones. There comes the role of punctuations. Then comes formatting. The formatting as in the correct flow of your work. Whether first paragraph of my literature is ending in such a tone that it is giving a way to my second paragraph, or it is giving the, or it is ending in such a way that it is it is paving the way for my second paragraph. Second thing, is there any consistency between my all the paragraphs or not? I'm so sorry, I think there's a glitch in my internet today. Then, is all my work is rightly aligned? Is it properly formatted? When I say properly formatted, is it definitely comes the font size, the spacing, the line spacing, everything. Wherever we are submitting our work, the guidelines given by them, is our work as per the guidelines or not? And I'm not telling you just because it is the topic of discussion. Actually, the works do get rejected. And just couple of days back, one of my students' work, very good work on the technical aspect, got rejected because of this aspect, because of it was not proofread by her. And the last was accuracy. Accuracy as in how accurate the work is to the place where it was sent. Okay. So now I'm sure all of you are aware about the context of proofread, because it is very important for us to understand that what exactly proofread is. Okay. Then let's move ahead. Now, it should be very important for us to understand that what is the importance of proofreading alongside of editing. Now, editing also, you need to know, editing is that when you are doing your work, or when you are been done with your work, correcting, or probably you are going through your entire work, is there any correction required in each line, each paragraph? That is your editing, which actually works like icing in your cake, enhance the quality of your work. So, is your, like, for instance, I'll give you an idea. Let's say you are supposed to work on a report. Understand like this. Let's say you're supposed to work on a report, and you're supposed to give an idea, or you're supposed to give a solution on a real life problem. You need to find a real life problem, and on the same, you need to find a solution. Okay, on that, you need to prepare a report. So, there are three tasks. Firstly, you need to find a real life problem. Second, you need to find a solution for that problem. Third, you need to prepare a report on the same. Okay, There are three tasks. You prepared a report in which you identified a problem, you find a solution, and you prepared a report. But in that, the problem is discussed in one paragraph. There is no connection between the solution and the problem. The solution is talking in another manner. There is no logical flow in either of the paragraphs. How the report would look like? There is same point discussed again and again. And that's how editing and proofreading comes into picture. That is how it is important to proofread and and edit your work so that your main argument remain coherent. What you are trying to say, it is clearly presented. Okay, then it is also important to proofread and edit your words so that, firstly, see, we are living in a world of WhatsApp, right? Where whatever we type on your phones, on our messages, we generally write in our answer sheets, in our research papers. And trust me, I have seen these kind of work try, guys. WhatsApp, hi. I have seen these kind of language there, DERE. Instead of THERE, I've seen DERE. So that kind of language, that kind of terminologies I have seen in practice. So what has happening is the language has completely changed. Okay. So what is just a second. The language has completely, overpowered with our practices. So what kind of accurate terminologies need to be used? What kind of jargons need to be avoided? Plus, how to simplify our language, or what kind of simplified language should be used? That is being done in editing and proofreading. See, research, when we say, or when I always tell to the students or researchers, that research is not something where we are telling others that we have done something in a very complicated manner. No. Instead, it is to tell others that we have done something in a manner that they understand it. You getting my point? So, research is to tell others that what have we done, that is in a manner it is easily understood by them. That is being achieved by editing and proofreading. So, clearly understood language, less technical language, less used jargons. That's why, I mean, how, go back to your memory lane. How many of you understand the engineering papers, the mathematical papers, wherein highly jargon language, highly technical language has been used? Hardly any, because they are predominantly dominated by technical terminologies, which definitely which can't be replaced. But that kind of language cannot be used with everywhere, right? That's how editing and proofreading comes into picture. Okay, all right. Okay, again, why we are doing all this fuss? Why I want my paper to be read by all, so that everyone can understand, everyone can read my paper. Why it is important? See, you, me, and many researchers on this webinar, and those who are not here at this moment as well, why we are writing all these papers, why we want to publish many and many papers, because we want to increase, we want to voluminize our research credibility. Plus, we want to strengthen our research side, right? Plus, we want more and more people to read our research papers, right? We want more and more people to access our research, right? Exactly. So, our research should be more and more readable. Our research should be more and more engaging. Our research should be more and more approachable by people. Then, having said that, I am not saying it should be casual minded. Okay? I am not saying you casually write your research paper. I'm not saying that. I am saying that you write in an easy manner which is understood by many so that they find it engaging, so that you find it more and more people to read it, so that you find more citations. That's the catch. Because eventually, your purpose is not just to publish, your purpose is to have more and more citations also. Mind it, guys. We are not just publishing just for the sake of publishing. We want our papers to be cited also. Mere publishing can be done by any, but citation is a hard task to achieve. That's what you should focus on. And for that, good language is a task to be achieved. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, why editing to be done? Editing to be done to have a proper structure and a flow. Okay? So that you can have a good flow of idea, paragraph should be there, and an overall structure can be maintained. Now, let's say, let me give you an idea. I just said that you are supposed to write a report wherein you need to choose a real life problem, you need to find a solution on it, and you need to write a report on it. Okay. And I said that whatever you have learned in your course, please apply that. So, whatever you have learned in your course, please apply that. Okay. All right. So, the point here is that you need to decide that whatever in your course, let's say the course is of 12 weeks, how will I choose those topics? That's editing. So you have written all the content. Now the editing will decide which topic will be put forward where. It's not like week 1, week 2, week 3. No. You'll have to make sure that in order to design my solution, which topic will be first framed, will be followed by which topic, will be followed by which topic. That's what editing comes into picture. It's very simple, guys. I mean, the way we watch a movie, right? So there are various scenes. Now, all these scenes are not shot the way it appears to us on the screen. No, they are shot at different times. Sometimes the climax scene is shot the first, but it is being showcased to us at the last, right? It's the magic of editing. How beautiful it comes to us. So, editing actually works wonders in research also, that which paragraphs to be placed where and how a smooth flow of all the paragraphs, what kind of transitioning words, what kind of transitioning language, how first paragraphs will end so that it gives way to the next paragraphs paving in. Okay? All right. Now, I have given you an idea that editing, what has it did? It firstly, it improves readability and comprehension so that if you can read something, you can understand this. Now, understand this thing. It's very clear for a human brain, for a human mind. If as a human mind, you can understand something. Your brain can process something. Your mind can interpret something that this means this. Sorted. Half the game is sorted. Editing this does this here. Editing makes your research, editing makes your written comprehension readable for others. Editing makes your content easy to comprehend for others. Okay. Second, organize thoughts and paragraphs. So, first is you're able to read it sorted. Now, whatever I'm able to read it, now this is organized in such a way that the paragraphs are properly arranged, sorted. Now, these paragraphs are arranged in such a way that the paragraph which needs emphasis is, it is also clearly showcasing that it requires my emphasis. Okay. Then cohesion, various points, like for example, I'll tell you, let's talk about methodology. Okay, now in methodology, you're talking about firstly that what is research methods, what are methodologies. Now we are collating different factors like what is data collection, how we collected data, what is sample, what is sample size, our sample, what is our sample size, how we analyze data, what is our population demographics, what is the role of our population demographics. So what are we doing? We are putting across various factors. Now connecting idea is the last one. How we are connecting here is data collection, sample. Now with this sample, understand, with this sample we collected data. Okay. Now why with this sample we collected data, we have to justify. We are connecting the ideas. Okay, we have to justify. That's the role of editing, that editing ensures that wherever any kind of emphasis is required, have you given that emphasis or not, have that any kind of cohesion is there or not, is there any kind of clarification is there or not, is there any point missing or not. That's the picture, or that's the clear picture editing does for you. Okay. All right. Now when it comes to evaluating overall structure, okay, now till this point editing and proofreading has put your structure together. Now whole of your structure is there together with you. Okay, your introduction is there with you, your body part is there with you, your conclusion is there with you. Let's say for example you're writing a literature review. Okay, you've written a literature review. Now the thumb rule which I tell to my student is that for literature review, the thumb rule is to go by literature, body, and conclusion. Sorry, introduction, body, and conclusion. Introduction is to talk about the main theme of the literature, of the paper theme, the key aspect of the research, defining the concept, and then coming across slowly and gradually. When I say slowly and gradually, defining the concept. Okay, then talking about the main theories, main models, talking about the various variables, identifying the various authors work, research works, and then summarizing whole of the works together and giving your perspective. That's conclusion. Okay, now what editing does here is editing evaluates the whole structure, that whether introduction is giving the definition or not, main body is giving the main theories, main framework, main model or not, conclusion is giving your opinion or not, is giving the gap or not. That's what evaluating the whole structure or not. Also, editing makes sure that no one section of the research or your work should overpower the other. Like I'll tell you, many researchers I have seen, because many researchers I have seen, they are, generally, they have a weaker hand in research methodology. So what happens is that in order to gain that word count, what do they do is they write a lengthier literature review. I'm sure many of you would agree me saying that. And editing actually plays a very big picture here, very big one. Editing ensures that you are not overpowering any of the particular section over other. That's the role of editing. Your main research is not about detailing the literature. Your main research is about how you answer the questions, how you remain focused on your primary question, be it one, be it two, or be it any number of questions you have. That's what editing does for you. So, editing, in another nutshell, let you remain focused. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's talk about proofreading. Yeah. Like I told you, sorry. Like I told you, proofreading is about spelling, accuracy, punctuation, right? Exactly. Proofreading does the wonders. Okay. Proofreading actually, it's an error detection process which enhances the quality. It is like, paying the attention to such a detail that what tone you are adapting. Okay, let's say, for example, I'll give you a basic example of a sentence. Let's say somebody is telling you to go to a park. Okay, okay, I'm going over there and you come and join me. And you want to politely refuse the person. Okay, there are two ways, or there can be two ways. One is, leave it now. You're texting the person, leave it now, full stop. Another way is, leave it for now. I would choose leave it for now. Instead of choosing leave it now. The first one is very straightforward. This proofreading is does for you. Right tone. Now, why the tone, the person is the person in which your language is used? Research methodology. Research methodology is never ever is written in first person. Proofreading does the wonders here. Just in case, if you have written your research methodology by mistake in first person, it'll correct it for you. Okay, plus your grammars. It's a final check of all your months hard work. It enhances your quality. See, a poor a, understand, a technically qualitative work but a poorly written report is equals to null and void work. See, because wrong spellings, wrong grammar, wrong tone achieved in research methodology will eventually be rejected no matter how strong your methodology is. Okay, so your proofreading actually makes your work worthy to be acceptable. All right, that needs to be a very that needs to be accepted as one of the most important aspect. Okay, now comes some of the important tools for proofreading. First in this is Grammarly. Okay, now Grammarly is being used to mainly using for grammar and style checks. So it helps you to um, check the error detection and what error detection in your grammar, or to improve your grammar style. Okay. Okay. Then is your Hemingway editor, that is to enhance your readability. It simplified your complex sentences and it also improves your readability. Okay, now I have categorized these tools so that whatever you want to use as per your comfort or as per your priority, your requirement, you may use it. Okay, another one is Ginger, which is to use to correct the text with unmatched accuracy. So if there is any text which is not accurate, you may use to go ahead with Ginger. Okay, then comes with Pro Writing Aid, which is to for analyze the in-depth analysis, which to offer detailed reports on grammar, style, and structure. Okay, all right. Now there are some advanced tools for structure and coherence. The first is Scrivener. Now, before I move ahead, yeah, that's what I came to you. Even if the slides are not clear to you, anyone, okay, the slides will be given to you, the PPTs will be given to you, the recordings will be given to you. So there is no need to worry. So in any which ways, the material will be there with you in your on your email boxes. So no need to worry about it. Okay. Okay, so there are some advanced tools for structure and coherence. The first is Scrivener. Now, what Scrivener does for you is it is to organize your long manuscripts. It is that tool which is to used for managing long writing projects. Now let me make you understand, when you are working on your literature reviews. Okay, let's say you are working on your systematic literature review. Okay, let's say you are working on you too many uh, papers you have identified, and you are writing a SLR. So this tool can be used. So it is basically to manage your long writing projects. Okay. So if any kind of SLR if you are writing on, this can be used particularly. Okay. Then is Zotero. I think there is no need for this to be introduced here, because Zotero or EndNote, these are very popular for your citation management. Now, Zotero or EndNote, uh, categorically, all the PhD scholars they must be aware about it. If not, let me tell you that these softwares are used to manage your citations for referencing. Now, um, when you are writing your literature review, you need to manage your referencing because plagiarism is a big fuss these days, right? And otherwise also in order to manage your literature review, so these softwares are used to manage your references. They not only manage your references, they also ensure they are properly formatted in the style your university demands them to. Okay, so these are very popular tools and popularly known to students. Okay, last but not the least is Microsoft's inbuilt software, which is to use your grammar check or spell check. I think this is something which is known to all of you. Okay, all right. So these are some advanced tools for structure and coherence. Okay. Now, however, there are some limitations also. I mean, you can't take technology for granted, guys, okay? Because there are some limitations as well, because these tools sometimes flags non-errors many a times. They sometimes, they tailor some suggestions to academic non-errors also to meet academic standards. There are sometimes, not always. And they sometimes you need to use too many tools to cover all the academic standards. So these are limitations of the editing software. However, they are not that difficult that they can't be overcome. Okay. Okay. Now, till now, you understood proofreading editing, why they are important, what they do to your feedback, how do we use editing, and what are the different kind of editing and proofreading tools, what exactly do they do to your work, okay, and what tool to go for which you have specific requirements, okay, that is to be done. All right, now the time is to understand when you get feedback from your peer and review, when when you get at that situation, what to do then. Okay. Now, firstly, you need to understand that yes, I need to know from my peer that how my work is. Firstly, unless and until you are into that stage, you are into that, um, you are into that aspect that I need my work to be assessed by my peer, you won't go ahead with that. Okay. Then selecting an appropriate peer review program. Now, once you are sorted that I want somebody to review my program, review my work, then you want to decide that who will do that for you. Okay. Then you need to decide the scope and objective, that what do you want from your review program, who will review. Then you conduct the review, and then you review the results and taking action. Now, in my opinion, the most important step is this and this. Okay. Because when you know that the peer review program is set, things you plan, the capacity of your peer reviewer, you send your work and things are sorted, you get the feedback from them. When you get the feedback from your peers, you need to analyze that feedback. Okay. You need to understand that this feedback is feedback, not the criticism. There is a very thin line difference between criticism and feedback. Okay. So, being a reviewer, if any one of you at that stage also, you need to understand that you also needs to give a constructive feedback that gives a scope to the author to improve always. Okay. So once you get that feedback, you need to always be welcoming and be positive. You just can't be, on the top of your voice that how can you do that? No, because getting a feedback from your peer or your reviewer or anybody is not the end of your world. That does not, I'm just assuming that you get a negative feedback, that is not defining the bad status of your work. First thing. Okay. That does not mean that your work is a bad work. Okay. Second thing, when you are maintaining or implementing the feedback from your peers and your reviewers, how you are implementing feedback. Okay. You need to be positive. Okay, you need to be positive, as in you just need to maintain that voice. You need to be specific, you need to be respectful, you need to maintain your pitch, positive pitch throughout. That's it. Okay, all right. Let's skip the break and let's go ahead. Okay, now, very important thing, guys, that when you're talking about formatting, editing, proofreading, one thing I have seen missing in majority of the work, that is consistency in the guidelines. We aim for high standard journals. Okay, okay. We aim for high standard publishers, high standard conferences. We even start with following their guidelines from starting, but by the end, as in by the references, we lose the rhythm. We are not able to maintain that rhythm, we are not able to follow that passion, and we just follow whatever work is going on, we just let it be and we just get it over it. Okay, now, first and foremost thing is, whatever journal guidelines are, be it font size, be it spacing, be it line spacing, be it paragraph spacing, and most importantly, be it referencing style, citation style, subheading, labeling, numbering, figure labeling. Please follow them. Not only in the first pages, first sections, throughout. Throughout. This cannot be avoided. Just understand it. Okay, second thing, is that always use a style guide. For example, I'm saying that if any journal says that we use APA formatting, just a second, guys. If any journal says that we using APA format referencing, then in APA format referencing, your title page, your running heading numbers, your abstract, index citations, references, heading, citations for different source, spacing and heading, all these things needs to be taken care of. Keep these elements as a checkers, tuck, 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 sort it. Okay, so you need to pay attention that what are the guidelines which are given to me as an author. I'll tell you, be it you are submitting in a conference or be it you are submitting to a journal. Okay, they always tell you submission guidelines to authors. When you go there, when you submit your work there, you will find submission guidelines. Okay, now these guidelines are primarily for you to follow as an author. Okay, all right. Now I have given you some citations and how to do those citations. Now, firstly, is APA, which can be expanded as American Psychological Association. APA referencing, APA citations, in which first thing is surname, initial of the first name, initial of the middle name. If there is no middle name, leave it. Date, in this case, I don't have a date, leave it. Year of publish, article title, and other details. Sorted. Whatever details you have, put it. This citation is primarily used in social science, arts, and humanities. This is referencing and text referencing, which is done at the end. This is within the text. Just surname and the year. Okay. Similarly, you have Vancouver style. Now, the Vancouver style prefers to have numbers for each of the references, like surname and initial. Surname, initial, there is no comma, which is here. Now, here, if you focus, there is a full stop, dot between initial of the first name and the initial of the middle name, which is not the case here, and rest of the detail. However, you assign the number of each of the references within the text as you cite it, unlike here. So, just four within the text. Okay, I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay, so when it comes to Chicago style, it is very similar to APA style. Author's last name, first name, year, title. I've forgotten to put in comma here. Please put in comma here. Name of the journal and other details. In-text citation is here. MLA style, Modern Language Association. Last name, first name, year, and other details. In-text citation is Skeleski 20. Last name, no number, page number without punctuation. Last name and page number is on which the citation is being given. Okay, this is how you do the citations of different style. However, generally I have just given you two three here. However, generally either APA or Harvard is being followed. Okay, now another role of your editing and proofreading is to maintain consistency across different sections. Okay, now see, this is very important. Now, generally what happened and what is the guideline being given by all the journals and all by all the conferences also, that you need to maintain a list of tables, you need to maintain a list of figures. Now, this is to basically ensure that you have aligned, or I would say that you have placed right figures in front of right discussion content. So, wherever the content is being placed, there the right figure is also placed. So, that means the figure is labeled, the figure is numbered. Okay. Second thing, terms and definitions are also consistent throughout the document. Okay. Plus, the referencing is also throughout the documents. It should not be like somewhere it is APA, somewhere it is Harvard. It is consistent, and mind me, I have seen happening this as well. It does happen. Okay. So basically, when you are paying attention to your data collection, your data analysis, there's no harm in paying attention to all these nitty gritties as well. Okay. Okay. Now, let me tell you, or let me take you through some common editing mistakes which you should avoid. Firstly, you need to know some rules for error identification. Grammar, okay, some pronoun agreement, punctuation details, spelling details, Repetitive words needs to be repetitive words should be some omitted, ignored. Prepositional phrases, these I am telling you some of the grammatical sides. Okay, another thing I am telling you, that which is on the citation side, which is that is on the grammar side, which I told you. This is on the citation side I'm telling you. And very important one, when you not cite the sources. Okay, when you don't cite the sources, guys, it not only adds on to your editing mistake, plus it adds on to your plagiarism as well. Second thing, it adds on to your rejection. Somewhere it is APA, somewhere it is you know what do you say, that Harvard. So it is very very important to follow that you carry on to the same style of citations everywhere. Then please make sure that you take care of proper citations, that you have just written the title, you have not given the journal name, you have not given the year of the publications, you have, in short, what I'm telling you is, you have not given the complete citation detail. This is what you have to take care of. Other thing which I will be telling you, that what I have seen is that generally researchers think that, when a reviewer is reading, so if we are discuss in order to just increase the word length, if we are talking about this information in this paragraph, let's repeat the same information after three paragraphs. Who will remember? But this get catch up on. Avoid it. So overlooking your structural issues needs to be avoided very, very carefully. I already told you, your punctuation details, your grammatical details definitely should be avoided. Your citation errors definitely avoided. Now, grammatical part needs to be taken care well in your research section. There I have seen students doing blunders on grammatical aspect. The research data will be collected, the data is collecting, the sample is responding. See, it's very clear, it's very uh, it's quite obvious, the data is already collected, the sample is already responded. Research methodology is always in past. These kind of attention should be paid to your work when it comes to your submission, just a final submission check. Plus, most importantly, your data, factual data. Now I'll tell you, if you are submitting any statistical data which you have not collected, you are quoting any figures, 27%, 72%, 55%, and you are not sure about it. 2007 is the data, 2008, 2013, and you are not sure about it. You are fluking that information. It is overlooking the information. You should avoid doing it. Fluking the information should strictly be avoided. If you are not sure about providing any statistical data, any year, any figures, any mathematical number, either don't do it or you do double check. Very simple. Either don't do it or double check it. Clear? Then, terminologies, definitions. You know the term, but you don't know the definition. You fluked it. You know the definition, you don't know the term, you fluked it. Don't do it. These things should be avoided because you assume that the reviewer does not know it. Has to be avoided. Has strictly to be avoided. Okay? All right. All right. Now, when it comes to proofreading and editing, this is what needs to be done. Finally, take a break, check your grammar and spelling, improve your sentences, and ensure flow and coherence. That's it. No rocket sciences. Nothing which you, me, anybody else can't do. What happens is that when you are working on the same piece of work again and again, again and again, we just can't see the errors on our work. It's just as very simple. We can't see those errors what others can see. So it's always advisable that let's take a break from that work, then relook, then improve the work, and then ensure the better consistency across the flow. Okay. Now, how to develop a comprehensive review, how to develop an editing checklist. Now, in order to develop a editing checklist, you need to develop a, you need to structure a comprehensive editing checklist. For that, you should have a proper reviewing overall manuscript structuring, grammatical error accuracy should be checked, clarity and coherence of the paragraph should be checked, clarity of idea should be there, everything. That's what we spoke about it when we started, that grammar, punctuation, accuracy, cohesion, these things, that's what we aim for. It is like you baked a cake, right? It tastes fantastic. You just need to look good. You just need to make it look good. That's it. So here, pineapple flavor is there. You just need to give that fantastic icing. That's it. Okay. So that's the editing checklist. Punctuation, done. Capital letters, done. Spellings, done. Grammar, done. Comprehension, done. My teacher also want me to check. Now this is basically what I keep an open section if your supervisor wants you to check something. Let's say your data, your analysis, your statistical figure, there is something. This is on the editing side. So you can actually prepare a print of it and keep on your side. Just keep a check. Okay, done, 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 done. Sorted. Everything is sorted from my end. Now add in the points here where your supervisor wants to do it. Okay. Okay. Now this is what you want your editing and proofreading does to your copy. You want you to read out loud. Any jargon, any technical terms, like I said, remove it. Break the long paragraphs. Now, this is something which always catches my attention. Now these long paragraphs actually gives a look like book chapter. When you are writing into paragraphs which are no longer than, let's say, 10 to 15 lines, they are more readable. You're getting my point? They are more readable. Longer than that and shorter than that, it is more, they are breaking my connection as a reader. Longer than that is giving me tough time to establish a connect as a reader. I'm finding it difficult to make through because it is all a concrete set of context for me to read through, right? So always make sure that you break up your long paragraphs into short one to make it more appealing, to make it, most importantly, readable. Sentences should be clear. I wanted to have this data collected by me in order to be understood by my supervisor so that the supervisor could assess my work in a better. This is all technical bullshit. This sentence is a complex heights of complex. Avoiding. Use bullet points. Yes, in researches, bullet points, headings, subheadings plays a very important role. See, understand, researches are not complicated work. Researches are unique, intelligent, easy work. Easy in terms of easy to understand work. Okay? Proofread, error work, done. Then, second opinion, if you wish to, from anyone, test your copy on different devices, as in they are easy to test, read, they are running, PDF is done or not, sorted. Because, yeah, this is very important because sometimes what happens is on your laptop, your Word document is opening, your PDF is opening, but when you submit your copy to somebody else, your PDF is not opening. And this has happened to me when I submitted my thesis. This gives you a last minute heart attack. Trust me. So ensure that whatever version you have submitted your work in, it is readable, it is easy to open in different systems. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, see, when we are talking about proofreading and editing, there's no harm in seeking professional helps as and when it is required. As and when it is required, I would say that always seek help to from professionals, um, because it's better to ask for help because it will obviously enhance the quality of your work, right? So you need to know when you need an external help. Not everybody need it. Firstly, it is very important to know that, and no, it is not like that everybody would need it and everybody would not need it, and everybody would need it at the same time. It is not like that also. What time you need it, whom should you need to get in touch with. For example, I'll tell you, somebody would like to get in touch with just for editing. Okay, somebody would like to get in touch for grammatical proofread. You may not have a good command in English, spellings, grammatical checks. You need to get in touch with that aspect. Okay, so you need to understand that when and for what aspect you need to have help. Plus, somebody would need to get in touch with editing to ensure that the flow of the work is there. So it is not that grammar, it is not that punctuation, it is to ensure that consistency amongst the work. Okay, so it is like that. Yeah, this is very important because I have seen people giving tons of like not tons, I would say that heaps of money, because you need to choose the people whom you give your work. They are credible, they are intelligent, they know their work be well, and they understand their work, they know your work well, they should have the background knowledge, plus they should have the credibility, because you eventually are handling over your research to them, so they should be somebody who can be trusted upon. Okay. Okay, now when you work with a professional editor, so you need to set some expectations with the person, you need to set some expectations with the editor. What do you want them to do for you? When do you want them to do it with you? A clear communication should be established. So choose a professional editor who is easy to communicate with, who is always approachable. Plus, what you expect from them, provide a clear guideline always. Plus, what kind of expectations, as in, if you are submitting in a journal, if you are submitting in your institute, what are their expectations? Communicate them with those expectations. Okay, so these kind of things should be clearly communicated. um so when you are um, done with getting in touch with any professional editor or any reviewer who can help you with any kind of proofreading or editing work, then comes out of your case study or your professional work, which is can be called as a successful dissertation, which can help you for a work which can be able to be published in different arena. Okay, now there can be different examples which I'll email to my team, which they can send you with your which can they can share you. I'll share with them and they will share with you that what are the different or probably I can give you an email. I have given you a name where you can access the examples of some good thesis and some good journal, a Sage Open journals where they have published some good journals where there are good proofread and good edited journals are being published. Okay, where you can find that what are the what is the importance of implementing good editing practices. Okay. Okay. Now, when you are editing a multi-author paper, now that's very important. When you're working with multiple authors, okay, everybody has a different writing style. Everybody is writing with a different mindset, different research acumen. The way of writing different people is different. So, what to do in case of that? You need to collect all of their work. You need to balance the writing, the tone. How? You just can't dominate one tone over others. What you have to do is you have to choose one tone amongst all. Okay, because in research methodology, in data analysis, in conclusion, in discussion, there can be different words which can found, or different ways which can found, or which can make that particular section effective. Okay, so you have to choose those keywords, you have to choose those tone which can make those sections effective. So let's say you have chosen authors, let you I write literature review effectively, so I'm working on my literature review. Particular author works research methodology effectively, he's working on a research methodology. Now editing and proofreading, what does it work? It amalgamates everything. So we are not changing the work, we are just processing and aligning everything together. That's it. Okay. Okay. Now, lastly but not the least, that is, these are the AI tools, and I have given you all the AI tools. Like, these are the AI tools which you can use in literature search and systematic review, in writing and editing, referencing and citations, journal selections, plagiarism check, and review and workflow. So, these are the AI and other tools which are used in scholarly publishing. And I think these are the ones, this is the entire universe of AI tools which is used in, these are more than 20, I suppose, which is used in scholarly publishing. I think uh, these will be useful for you. Okay. Now we are heading for the question and answers. If you have any questions, please feel free. If it's not visible, Archana, don't worry. The slides will be given to you. Don't worry. You can simply type Shodh Ganga and you'll be accessed through. When we write research paper, we need to collect data and hypothesis. Collecting data is mandatory. Hypothesis is not. Collecting data can be secondary and primary. If it's qualitative or it is quantitative, depending upon that, you'll collect the data. Does using AI to fix plagiarism? Depends upon how you use the AI tools. It depends upon that. If you are completely picking up the material from AI, then yes. But if you are taking the idea only and just helping in structuring the content, then no. Sujata, there are many softwares to check the plagiarism. For example, Turnitin, Grammarly are there. You need to put into your document content or into that. Guys, please post your questions. There are many Shahnaz. Plagiarism checker is there. In fact, various tools are, in fact, for the initial documents, all the softwares gives you the free access. Hmm. Plagiarism checker is the free one. Grammarly also gives you a free access. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Please post your questions if you have any. For plagiarism check, I have put it into your screen also. What if I give a one-page idea to GPT to develop an article of 2000 word GPT and develop it? Yes. If it's reverse Ashok, then it is not. If you give 2000 words to it and you tells ChatGPT to structure it, then it is not. But if you are giving one page to ChatGPT and you are telling it to elaborate it, yes. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. 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 Thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you, Betty. Thank you. Guys, please post your questions, please. If you have any other research related questions, please feel free to post that as well. Thank you, Shanaz. Thank you so much. Yes, Uma, if you don't have any questions, please feel free. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, if you have any other questions regarding research apart from the topic which we covered today, please feel free. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you. What is the best type of referencing? Salisu, I think Harvard or APA is the most adopted type of referencing. So I can't say that what is the best type. When nothing is referenced, nothing is mentioned, either Harvard or APA, that's the most adopted type of referencing. Yeah. How to change the 2000 word article obtained from ChatGPT and from my idea to what pages of. Rephrase it, Ashok. That's what I can say. Rephrase it. Support it with secondary research. We really enjoyed. Thank you, Josefa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ashok, you can actually only do it rephrasing it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. You'll all be notified with the next topic of the next webinar, and you'll all be given with the PPTs and the recording and the certificates. Thank you so much. Thank you.